Hey folks, Dr. Bob McCauley, what do you say when somebody attacks you for being a vegetarian or a vegan? Well, I'll tell you what I say. I've been a vegetarian 37 years, believe it or not. I became a vegetarian in 1980 while I was in India. And I remember having my last piece of meat, and you just couldn't find any kind of meat over there that looked, at all like you'd want to eat it. So I'm just like, oh, maybe I'll just skip the meat thing. And then, I kind of got interested in the whole philosophy of vegetarianism. I did read the Bhagavad Gita, which is the Indian Bible, and I became a vegetarian. And I've been one ever since. About 10 or 12 years ago, I decided to become a total vegan. Now, why did I do that? Well, because I discovered first spirulina and then chlorella, the two most powerful foods in the world that are 60% protein, and I could see, you know what? I don't really need meat, fish, eggs, or dairy to be healthy. Thus ended Bob McCauley eating any kind of an animal, as they say, anything with a face or, I don't know, just anything that moves and around by itself. Yeah, I don't eat it. You don't really need to. I guess an egg doesn't really move, but you don't have to eat that either. You will find that becoming a vegetarian, for some reason, people really care about what you eat. Now, for all the vegans that are out there that are militant vegans and you're attacking people for eating meat and you're saying you're killing people, let me just say one thing. You can't agitate and persuade people at the same time. So when you get people upset, then they're not going to agree with you. Even if they do agree with you, they're just going to get upset and people up at the end ready to say, forget it, I used to agree with you, now I don't. So don't get them upset and don't be a militant. Now, as you can imagine, after 37 years, I've been called a lot of names. I've been called a vegetable. I've been called a veggie head. My brain's made out of broccoli. I mean, you pretty much can think of it, and I've been called that through the years because, again, when I started this in 1980, there were like 7 vegetarians in the United States. I want to say on the planet. So many people in India are vegetarians, very natural. But you come over here, I mean, people just can't. You don't eat meat. Why?
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
I just want to make it clear. The main reason I became vegetarian was because it's healthier to be a vegetarian, and it's healthier to become really a vegan. Becoming a vegetarian is one small step toward health. Becoming a raw food vegan, that's like 10 giant leaps or maybe 100. There's no comparison.
That explains everything.
The reason I wanted to make this video is that a friend of mine, and he's substantially younger than me, we went out to dinner, and it was a real special night. And they took him to a really expensive restaurant. And, the guy who was paying the bill in this really expensive restaurant where he had to stay and not just get up and walk out, because that's what I would have done, he just badgered him the whole night about being a vegetarian.
What's the matter with you? I think your brain is going soft.
Obviously, I've been attacked many, many times through the years about being a vegetarian or being a vegan. And I will just say, I'm really not the guy you want to attack, because when you want to take the gloves off, I mean, the gloves can come right off pretty quick,
You talking to me?
I had somebody attack me just a few years ago, and he was real serious about it. I mean, if you want to make a joke, make a joke. But you want to be real serious and you say you don't eat, you think you're better than me, or you don't have to, or they're giving you the, oh, look at, I'm eating this steak, or I'm eating this chicken.
And it's visceral. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm connecting with some caveman roots or something.
Ooh, I'm eating my salad. What do you care? What I say to somebody like that is, no, I don't have other people kill animals for me so I can eat them. Why do you get such a kick out of eating a dead animal carcass? It's a dead animal. I've always heard that excessive meat eating makes people stupid, but I never really believed it. Have you ever killed an animal yourself? Or you just have others kill them for you?
Killed just about everything that walks or crawled at one time or another.
You get the idea. See, I didn't even have to be nasty. You kill them with a little kindness and a smile. It goes a long way. And you tell them that they're eating a dead animal carcass. That always gets them. Now, if you went out and hunted that yourself, which nobody does, I mean, you never see this at a dinner party or anything. Someone, hey, we went out and shot a deer. That kind of meat's really gamey. It doesn't taste very good. No, they get this stuff in the store. You want to kill animals and eat them? That's your business, and that's what it really comes down to for me. That's your business. What do I care? You know what I say all the time? When somebody smokes, we all smoke. I don't care what you're smoking. You're smoking a cigar or a pipe, a cigarette.
Doctors in all parts of the country were asked, "What cigarette do you smoke, doctor?" Once again, the brand named most was Camel.
It's a joint. I don't care what. We're all smoking. I mean, I was the happiest day of my life when they got rid of smoke in restaurants, so people could go in and go to the restaurants. You don't have to worry about the people next to. Is this woman going to light up next to me? Or you can't sit into the bar because they only have smoking at the bar. You want to smoke, go outside. I mean, this is a habit that you force on everybody else. But when I'm eating a salad, I'm eating it. I'm not forcing it down your throat. And when you're eating a burger, you're not forcing your burger down my throat or making me eat it. But this went on this whole night, apparently, with this friend of mine making all these comments, and he didn't really know what to say. And he's trying to be polite, and he's not very confrontational. If I'd have been my friend, I'd have said, why don't we arm wrestle? Maybe a vegetarian might beat you. He's actually really, really strong. That would have been funny. You look at a chimpanzee, just as an example. They're 4 times stronger than a man, and they're vegetarians. Almost all primates are vegetarians. Eating meat, if you think it's giving you strength and manhood, it's all up here, okay? What you put into your body and what you think in yourself is 100% up here. And the truth is, like I just said, I don't care what you eat. Why would I care? You're putting it into your body. It's your temple, not my body. Not my temple. Not my body. They go back to the smoke. Well, when you smoke, we all got to breathe in the smoke. I mean, I grew up in the 60s, and through the 70s and into the 80s, they could smoke right on the airplane.
Smoking or non-smoking?
Smoking, please.
Yeah. Have a nice trip.
They had a smoking section. Oh, the smoking, it was kind of just like this big tube. You know how airplanes are. Don't be smelling all the smoke until the plane landed.
You are correct. It does not compute.
And same in the airports and all this stuff. I love that you can't smoke in public anymore, not because I want to control people, because I want to control the air. I should be able to breathe the same kind of airs that everybody else breathes and not have it contaminated with smoke for any reason, period. I hear about all these militant vegans. I never try to convince anybody to become a vegan. I just say, look, here are the facts. I have a food here, spirulina and chlorella, that's vastly superior to meat, fish, eggs, or dairy. And if you don't want to eat it, well, you're eating, food for the only reason we ever eat food of any kind, strictly for the taste, and because we're under the mistaken impression that it's good for us. Those are the only reasons you ever eat anything, really, when it comes down to it. I have the intellectual capacity to know that raw fruits and vegetables belong in my body, and so I only eat those. Now, not everybody can do that. One thing people need to know is, eating what you eat is your own choice. You put garbage in your body, it's your choice. You put raw fruits and vegetables and healthy foods in your body, it's your choice. And there won't be any medical bills unless you get in an accident, and I've discussed that before. That's what doctors are for, medical doctors. That's what they're great at. Emergencies, fixing you up, stitching you up. And
X-ray, X-ray.
No blood there. Heart pumping well and fast. No blood in her abdomen.
And, trauma cases and this kind of stuff. But when it comes to health, they're worthless and they're clueless. They're only good in emergencies. That's just my opinion. Anyway, this is what I would say to somebody who attacks me. I would just love it to have them attack me because, like I said, I love confrontation. Dr. Bob McCauley, I'll see you guys next time.
Of medicine. Doctors in all parts of the country were asked, "What cigarette do you smoke, doctor?"
What's wrong with you?